The Countess of Wessex looked elegant in a red gown with stars and moons on it as she was given a Congolese name Umoja Mama Louise during a trip to the Democratic Republic of the Congo today. Sophie, who is married to King Charles' brother Prince Edward, was carrying out an official visit to the African country at the request of the Foreign Office. She appeared deeply touched as she met with representatives from the Pole Foundation, who gave Her Royal Highness a Congolese name, Umoja Mama Louise. Umoja means unity in Swahili. She was also given gifts including a Congolese muti-coloured apron. The palace said on Monday that the Countess' visit would focus on addressing the devastating impact of sexual and gender-based violence in conflict while supporting and empowering survivors and tackling the stigma they face. In photographs released from the visit today, the mother of two could be seen in a lovely red dress. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, received gifts from representatives from the Pole Foundation during a visit to Bukavu, South Kivu Province in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Countess of Wessex plants a tree alongside a plaque which features Her Royal Highness Congolese name, Umoja Mama Louise. She sported the apron over the top of a ruby red gown that had a pattern of stars and moons on it. Security will be tight for Sophie's visit, which had been planned for many months before the death of the Queen. She arrived in the country alongside Lord Ahmad of Wimbledon, the Prime Minister's special representative on preventing sexual violence in conflict. In its recent history, the DRC has endured years of civil conflict in what has been called Africa's World War, with the loss of up to 6 million lives through fighting or disease and malnutrition. The Pole Foundation was shortlisted as a finalist for the Earthshot Prize in 2021, a global environment prize, founded by Prince William and the Royal Foundation to discover, accelerate, and scale groundbreaking solutions to repair and regenerate the planet. She paired the red gown with beige sandals and subtle jewellery including golden earrings and a bracelet. Sophie showed her appreciation to waving crowds as she placed her hands over each other on her chest in thanks. The mother of two appeared deeply touched by the show of support from those at the engagement earlier today. In its recent history, the DRC has endured years of civil conflict in what has been called Africa's World War, with the loss of up to 6 million lives through fighting or disease and malnutrition. A peace agreement was signed in 2002, but violence continued in some areas, requiring a large United Nations military force to try to maintain order. This August, Africa's second-largest country faced rising regional tensions in the east, with weeks of deadly protests against UN peacekeepers. Sophie's visit is taking place in the run-up to the International Preventing Sexual Violence in Conflict Initiative Conference in London next month, which is being hosted by the UK government and which the Countess will attend. Sophie heard about the Pole Foundation's conservation work, which not only protects the gorillas of the Kahuzi Biega National Park from poachers, but supports local communities by giving them the skills for alternative, non-exploitative livelihoods. Elsewhere, Sophie was seen chatting with a young mother who was holding her baby in a sling, pictured. She publicly committed herself to supporting the UK's work helping victims of rape, sexual violence and exploitation in war in 2019. Sophie said last year that hearing survivors' stories of sexual violence has taken her to some very dark places during her work to raise awareness. Every story I am told is pushing me forward. I feel obligated to tell people this is happening. It is their story to tell and I support them, she added. It is not the first royal engagement Sophie has taken part in since her mother-in-law's death last month. The Countess donned army attire as she visited the home of the Corps of the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers at MOD Lyneham in Wiltshire last week. Mother of two Sophie was visiting for the first time since she received her honorary title as Colonel-in-Chief in March this year, the role previously held for over 50 years by the Duke of Edinburgh. The Queen's daughter-in-law looked the part in a camouflage jacket and khaki jeans which she paired with chunky boots. The royal, who had a close bond with the late monarch, referred to her as Mama. Sophie works tirelessly as patron of more than 70 charities and organizations and has been praised for her dedication to duty within the royal family.